morning everyone. This is Daibiduti Chakraborty of Manipal Academy of Higher Education, welcoming you all to my podcast. So, today's podcast is based on a very interesting topic, that is the surgical strike. I guess everyone is familiar with the surgical strike concept. So, getting into it, let's welcome you all to this interesting podcast. In the pre-dawn hours of September 29, 2016, India conducted a daring military operation across the Line of Control (LOC) in Pakistan-occupied Kashmir. This cross-border raid targeting militant launch pads was a watershed moment in the ongoing India-Pakistan conflict and has since been termed as a surgical strike. This podcast delves into the events leading up to the surgical strike, the operation itself, and its aftermath. We will explore the strategic consideration, the military tactics employed, and the impact on the regional security. Following the deadly Uri attack in September 2016, where militants killed 19 Indian soldiers, India faced immense pressure to respond decisively. Public anger shimmered, demanding a strong retaliation against Pakistan, which has long been accused of harboring and supporting terror groups operating in Kashmir. In the days leading up to the strikes, Indian policymakers grappled with various options. Should they launch a full scale military operation or conduct a more targeted raid? Was the question. The potential for escalation and a wider war with the Pakistan loomed large. On the night of September 29th, a meticulously planned operation unfolded. Indian Special Forces, consisting of a para commandos, crossed the LOC and infiltrated launch pads used by the militant groups. In a swift and surgical operation, the Indian forces neutralized the militants and destroyed their infrastructure. The details of the operation remain classified, but reports suggest minimal Indian casualties and significant damage inflicted on the militants. The surgical strikes sent shock waves through the region. Pakistan initially denied the operation even took place but later acknowledged cross-border firing. The international community urged both sides to exercise restraint and maintain dialogue. The surgical strikes were a significant escalation in the India-Pakistan conflict. While they achieved their immediate objective of eliminating militant threats, they also raised concern about a potential escalation between the nuclear-armed neighbors. The long-term implications of the surgical strikes are still being debated. Did they deter future militant attacks? Did they improve India's strategic position in the region? These are the questions that continue to be pondered by policymakers and analysts. Moving to the end of the podcast, I thank all of you for joining us on this exploration of the surgical strike. This complex event has had a lasting impact on the India Pakistan relationship and continues to shape the security landscape in South Asia. We encourage you to learn more about the surgical strike and the ongoing conflict in Kashmir. For further information, you can consult news articles, academic journals, or documentaries on this topic. Thanks.